Hello, my name is Ersi, and for the last 5 years I've been known as an international student. As general as encompassing this term can be, I come to realize that we are anything but homogeneous. In fact, we, as international students, are required to go through so much changes and adaptability that once one of my friends said that if Charles Darwin wanted to make his observation on behaviors nowadays, he wouldn't go in an island to observe birds, he would just come and interview an international student. As strange as silly as the statement was at the time to me, it got me thinking as to how I had changed throughout my years of experience as international student. And I came to realize that it started from the very first lecture that I went to attend back in Italy 5 years ago, when I showed up 10 minutes before the lecture started, as opposed to my Italian friends that showed up 15 minutes later, because it was such a common sense and known fact that you are supposed to show up 15 minutes after the stated lecture date. It's known as the 15 minutes academic rule. I was also very delighted to figure out when I came to Australia that I could refer to my professors in a welcoming way by their first name basis, as opposed to scrolling through databases in Italy for 30 minutes to figure out what is the exact academic title of the professor. It's really valued upon to refer to them by such title. But the thing that struck me the most and made me realize that I had in fact changed and grown through adaptation was when I came to think about coffee. Coffee for me had meant different things in life throughout the stages, and as universal as it is international students, when I was in Albania, it meant having to stay 2 hours with a friend talking about everything and everyone. And when I was in Italy, it was like a Formula One pit stop. You entered, you sip the coffee, and you run. And there was one really important rule. You cannot have a milk beverage after 11 a.m., as it's considered a strict morning beverage. So I got used to it. And I was really surprised to see when I came to Australia how will the rules function. So I go and have a coffee with one of my friends that is Albanian descent, so I knew beforehand, I expected that it was going to be a long conversation. What I didn't expect was for her to order a cappuccino, a milk beverage, at 7 p.m. in the night, and the Italian influence side of me cringing from the inside and wanting to say, what do you think that you're doing? So I had realized that, in fact, I had changed. And then I had to go through change again, and now, after 1 year in Australia, I can consume beverages at whatever the time of the day that I want. So what I wanted to highlight from all this discussion is that if it's hard for us as international students that are in fact considered to be adaptable to get used to eating and normal behaviors such as food consumption also, or as beverages that are really simple things that we do in life, it's really much harder to get accustomed to learning modules, to teaching assessments, or to university policies in a wide scenario in a global world. Thank you so much.